awesome. Can we get one more? Can we get one more round of applause for Michael Ruggiero? So I want to take a minute to introduce somebody. These big charter organizations like Achievement First, the way that they come into a community is they don't start with the parents, they don't start at the grassroots level, they start with the politicians at the top. And what they do is they come in with a big checkbook and they offer it to elected officials for their support. And we're lucky today, we're blessed to have an elected official today that has said no to them, that is doing what's best and believes what he is doing is for all of our students and not just for a select few. So if you could put your hands together, I'd like to hand over the mic to our Councilman Sam Zurier from the 2nd Ward to speak to us today. Thank you very much, Councilman.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you all for all you do. And let me start by saying, in addition to serving on the City Council, I'm here as a grateful parent. My 3 children went through the Providence Public Schools. They received a quality education. And they were blessed to have many of the teachers who are assembled here today. And a long time before them, I got a quality public education over at Classical High School, for which I remain grateful. As educators, you know how important education is, not only to how it has made you, given you your calling, but how much it means to every student. Our educations define who we are and what we can be. And in a similar way, our city, our public schools define what we can be as a city and what we are as a city. Our public schools, and I can say this from my own experience and from my children, we deliver a quality public education. It's not just an academic education, it's a social education. Our public schools are a place where all the children in the city, from all neighborhoods and all walks of life, can come together in a shared enterprise of learning. They do that because of you. And in my opinion, public education should be a right under the Rhode Island Constitution. I tried making that case. The Supreme Court said no. I hope someday we'll amend our Constitution to provide that right. But while it's primarily a responsibility of the state, we as a city have an important responsibility as well. And even though we don't contribute as much to our public schools to provide the same kind of education one can see in Barrington or East Greenwich in terms of facilities, and certainly Ms. Calabro was absolutely spot on in terms of the facility issues. I mean, when I was at Classical 40 years ago, there were problems with that building. But there are opportunities for us as a city to do whatever we can, and certainly not to do any harm. And I worry that the Achievement First expansion that was approved will do harm to the Providence Public Schools. And I am very pleased that you are trying to work to urge the mayor not to make it even worse. For what it's worth, we on the City Council have enacted a resolution to have the administration come in and present a 5-year budget. Last week, they presented a preliminary budget that showed deficits in the tens of millions of dollars in the next 5 years. Given that, I don't understand how the mayor, in his seat on Achievement First, could have approved the expansion. But that decision has been made. The decision about the further expansion has not been made. We're hoping that we will assemble the data to make a case as clear as possible that this cannot go forward. And your involvement, your interest, your work for our kids, all of that is appreciated. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much.